Quite often people come and see us after they've seen 10 to 20 other doctors, and they come not with one label but a variety of different labels. So one of them is, the rheumatologist told me I have seronegative arthritis, but the infectious disease physician believes I have chronic spinal arthropathy, or something like that. So there's a variety, and in a sense, I guess, a diagnosis is only useful as far as it actually leads to something. Just rephrasing someone's symptoms doesn't help. So if someone comes in and, I'm really tired. Oh, you've got chronic fatigue syndrome. There's nothing we can do about it. Well, that doesn't really help. All you've done is rephrase their symptoms, The other thing, so if someone says, I'm feeling really irritable in my bowel area. Oh, you've got irritable bowel syndrome. All you've done is just rephrased what they've just said to you. But the big thing is, okay, but what is the pathway here to healing? So, I do think diagnoses can be helpful in some cases. I'm not so much for those sort of vague, generalized diagnoses that don't have any specific healing pathways with them, because I think that just brings discouragement for you. And on the healing journey, discouragement is one of your biggest enemies. You've got to keep your levels of morale up, okay? And you've got to stay away from naysayers, particularly if you're a cancer patient. Because, if you go to the cancer establishment, what you'll hear quite often, especially if you've got what we call a stage 4 cancer, where it's spread to the body, is you've got X amount of months to live, right? And there's actually been cases, to be honest, I haven't seen the autopsies or anything like that, but I have heard there has been cases where a doctor said, you've got 6 months to live, and they died on that exact day, and then they did an autopsy, and there wasn't any cancer there whatsoever. That shows you how powerful the mind is, and when you give your power away to an external authority like that, how much that can really affect you. I mean, we're talking about life and death here. So one of the first things is to realize that ultimately the power is in your hands. Okay, some situations are definitely more difficult than others, and I think having a formal diagnosis can help you navigate, I guess, in a way where you are. But ultimately, your results are going to be dependent on what you do on a day-to-day basis. And if there's going to be a way out of that, you're going to find it. It's all on you. And you can find people to guide you. It's my perspective on the diagnosis question, is it can help you to navigate, but it shouldn't take you in the direction of being so discouraged that your life force is totally taken away from you. Or that you totally identify, as Todd said, that you totally identify with that diagnosis to such a degree that you forget about some of the basics. So Todd used the example, okay, I've been given the diagnosis of, was it Crohn's or ulcerative? Ulcerative colitis. But on taking it back to tin tacks, it really just means I've got some inflammation in the gut and I've got some damaged cells. Next question is, why? Remember when you have like a 2-year-old child and they just ask, why? Yeah, Mum, why? You've got to go back to that consciousness. Keep asking why. Okay, so Todd's, got it down to that first principle. I've got inflammation and damaged colonic cells. Well, why? Do I have an infection of some sort? Do I have toxicity going on? Do I just have the wrong bugs in my gut? Totally. Am I eating the wrong food that's actually causing inflammation? You've got to ask all those really basic questions and, maybe find an integrative practitioner who can work with you. Maybe in that case, I would say, yeah, definitely do a microbiome test. Have a look and see, have you got the right biome in there? Have you got parasites just all over your gut causing inflammation? It can be something simple like that, right? Maybe you just need to get those parasites out as your first point. And in that case, the ulcerative colitis diagnosis has really just pointed you to asking those deeper questions. So it can be helpful, but it can also be harmful. Just depends on how you take it.